Com. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. And that's what we do here on the drive-thru Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Is to rely free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. And to deliver those winners are professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and SCP Betting. Let's take a look at who's on the show with us for today. All right, with us we got Chris Ruffalo with us. Brad Francis with us as well. Rod Zawacky, Brian Bitler, Jovan Burts, and Ninos. Muting. This is how they'll wind up for this evening. I think we'll put Chris ahead of Ninos. He's going to jump the card here. Chris is going to jump the card. Chris, Ruffalo, then Ninos, Francis, Burts, Bitler, Zawacky, and then I will close this out once. And let's get this one here. We got bowl games here underway, and we got some primetime action. 14 games from the NBA, some Diamond Head Classic action in Hawaii in college hoops, as well as some NHL. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead. Let's start with Chris Ruffalo. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. Check him out every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time with that morning show with Mitch and Rod Zawacky. Also part of that Puck Dogs. You want to get those NHL videos because they've been on fire in the NHL. So let's go ahead and bring in Chris right now. I think we're ready to roll here with Chris Ruffalo. Here we go, Chris. Chris, what's happening?
Tony, you almost had me. I was ready for a double dose of Tony T at the end of that lineup. But always ready to fill in and love stepping in. So got a Friday night play for everybody.
Yep, got a Friday night play tonight. We go over to Hawaii here in Game 2 of this the quadruple header in Hawaii. Keep an eye on these 8 teams. These are the college hoops you'll see on Christmas Day, as well as DePaul and Creighton. So keep an eye on this tournament. We're going to be looking here in Game 2 as Utah State will be facing SMU. Utah State here laying 12 total, 145.5.
Yeah, Tony, that match that you and I were actually talking about before we started the show, that SMU upset over Iona yesterday. I think that game was more about Iona just falling flat in the second half. Iona had that game well in control. I think at one point they were up by 10 or 12 points early in the first half. But again, sort of just lost steam over the course of the game. And it was SMU's first win over a KenPom top 100 team this season. So, that's all well and good. Congratulations to SMU. But now what's your reward? You take on a Utah State team that's a top 30 team in the country in adjusted offensive efficiency, 4th in effective field goal percentage, and they are the best three-point shooting team in the country, shooting 42.3% from three-point range. Meanwhile, the SMU defense, 244th in the country in three-point defense. Now, that would, those numbers are nice just on the surface alone. But then when you realize that three-pointers make up 37.3% of Utah State's point production this season, 38th in the country. When you have a team that relies on the three to do a lot of their heavy lifting and they make those shots, it makes it very hard for a team like SMU to stay in games. I think the win over Iona, it was nice, but I think it was an anomaly more than anything else. This is an SMU team shooting just over 30% from three-point range. They're 304th in the country, 275th in two-point percentage. I just think this is just a mismatch of epic proportions in this one on Friday. So I'm going to take Utah State laying the 12. I think you could up this one to maybe even 17 or 18 points. I like Utah State that much.
Yeah, Utah State just pounded the life out of Seattle. Matter of fact, Seattle is in the cover zone right now here against Iona. As Iona, again, here we go, early start, and then here they're giving up that big lead like they did in the first half. They're doing the same thing here in the second half. So we could see Rick Pitino. Well, we don't think he's not that. He may not make that 8th place game, right? You don't want to be that team. You don't want to be that team that goes home 0-3 from Hawaii. And you got to win this game to avoid that 7-8 matchup, which is very embarrassing, especially when you start the road trip losing at New Mexico. So they're just looking for trouble. Yeah, this Utah State team, very good shooting team. A couple issues here, though. You look at the game at San Diego against Lavin, right? They needed overtime to win that one. And then how the heck? I'm using clean language here because there's a lot of other words you could use there. How do you lose to Weber State?
Honestly, I had Weber State in the points in that game. I didn't think that Weber State was going to pull off the outright upset. But, Tony, we've talked about it before. I know as bad as Weber State has been in spots this year, and actually for much of the season, I should say. But sometimes those little brothers have a tendency to step up and rise to the occasion. Weber State, this is a Weber State team we've come to know and love as a live underdog against, higher-end mid-major teams or even some power conference teams. And Weber State just showed up, and Utah State wasn't making their shots on that night. And, they did fall flat in that one. But, again, this play may be more of a fade of SMU for me than anything else. And just the fact that we're getting Utah State with how well they shoot on the other side is just an added bonus.
There you go. We got Chris on Utah State. Lay the 12 against SMU. This one will have a start time here, top of the hour. This one's on ESPNU, top of the hour, unless this Iona game goes overtime. Then it'll be a little later there because they're playing on the same court. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Sprint for tonight's action. Of course, great results here in NHL. Has been on absolute fire in the NHL. Tonight we have a big NHL card, and then they don't play again until the 27th. So we're gonna scoop the NHL tonight. Of course, we got a lot of NBA on the board as well. Still some plays here from this Diamond Head Classic out here in Hawaii. What do you have going on over at Pick Dog Sprint? Heading into a big NFL weekend, by the way.
Yeah, Tony, you mentioned that you got a loaded weekend. May not seem like it when you just look at the schedules, but we have 2 days of full NFL. Tonight I got my NHL $15 power play, and that power play is part of my NHL hat trick for Friday night. And this is the time to hop on long term because I also got my Gasparilla Bowl college best bet for tonight for college football as well. Or I'm sorry, I'm all out of sorts here. We got the long term passes as well. This is the time to hop on because tonight you get 2 bonus NBA plays if you hop on something long term. We're gonna have NFL this weekend, like you mentioned, NFL on Christmas Day with those Hawaii tournament games as well as the NBA Christmas Day slate. So it's definitely in your best interest to check out something long-term, whether it's just with me or someone else as part of the 2-for-1 capper deal. You can't go wrong over at Pick Dogs Premium. And remember, use that promo code PICK for 15% off any purchase of $25 or more.
That's right, that guys. Got to boy with Chris Football over at Pick Dogs Premium. You see the great results there. The 2,493 units of private NHL. That is all documented over on the board right now. It's NHL hat trick, a 3-pack here from this big card from the NHL. That's up on the board as well. A lot of these plays sold individually. A best bet here from the college football bowls as we get into the primetime bowl game here. Just the bottom of the hour, so you better rush and get that one because that is a 6:30 Eastern start. Again, unless this first game goes a little longer, which it may be. Again, the longer term pass will serve you well. Here we are on a Friday. Get on board here with Chris Ruffalo with that 3-day pass. It's a good value now because you get all of Chris's plays here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You get the NFL on Saturday. It doesn't feel like Christmas when there's 14 NFL games on the weekend. I'm going to tell you that right now. So get on board there with Chris with the 14 NFL games here Saturday and Sunday combined, as well as the NBA and of course NHL. Of course, that Hawaii tournament is in action as well. You also get the NHL plays for tonight as well. So that 3-day pass is a good value. You could also use the promo code PICK at checkout and you'll save 15% off at a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, right? Chris, is always great having you on board. I know we talked earlier off air here that about a light goal, right? Back to the old.
Yeah, we're gonna bring back the light goal. So I know it's early, so I'll be in the chat, reminding everybody about this. But we can get to 150 likes recap. I'll either be here or I'll drop it in the chat. I'm going to stay around in the green room in case Tony wants to bring me back on. But I have an NFL prop for you guys for tomorrow's action. I just priced it out. I'm looking at about plus 700 for it. So definitely, get those likes in. It doesn't cost you a cent. And we're going to try to make you some money. But we got to get 150 likes to get there.
Yes, and Rod suggested I give one too because I have my name there twice. Yes, I'll give I'll give one too if we get that live goal. So we gotta get the live goal. You get a bonus play from me, one from Chris. We'll see what Rod does. Maybe Rod in a roll there as well. So I get to that light goal. All right, Chris, hang tight. Hopefully we'll have you on at the end of the show.
All right, sounds good, Tony. Thanks.
Now, also tomorrow is a very famous day, right? Or is it the 25th? That goes down in Pick Dog's SCP history. An anniversary.
So tomorrow's supposed to be Ruffalo Day, the day that lives in infamy, where I tried to take a pass on the lone game that was on the card that day. And that's when you hear people say they're taking a Ruffalo. Well, that's where that comes from. But unfortunately, with an 11-game NFL card and a college football bowl game, makes it hard. Maybe I will take a pass on the bowl game just for tradition's sake, but who knows at this point. So tomorrow will always be Ruffalo Day, but we do have a little bit more going on.
That's right. But there is a game starting at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, which will be actually the 24th. So, but you won't be on the air for that one, so that won't count.
No. I'll be taking a Ruffalo in my dreams. I'll be sleeping for that one.
That's right. We're sleeping on that Washington State Hawaii game, which they scheduled at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time. There.
I was gonna say, I'm not sleeping on it by choice. I'm sure it'll be a very good basketball game, especially in Hawaii, bit of a home court, and Washington State's not a bad team. But yeah, I'm trying to catch up on the Z's whenever I can get them. Believe me, especially in the soft portion of this schedule, because January 1st rolls around, even before January 1st rolls around. we ramp right back up. Tony, you know that as well.
Oh, goodness. I'm already, look at the 27th. The 27th is when we ramp up. Look at that 27th is a loaded day. It's a loaded day. I mean,
just let me have my moment, okay? I didn't need you to remind me. I haven't looked at the 27th yet, okay?
Yes. All right. Well, at least you got, lighter here, 24, 25, 27, but the 27th is when it really gets heavy. All right, Chris, we'll stand by and we'll hopefully talk with you a little later.
Sounds good, Tony. Thanks.
You got it. Christopher here on the drive through. Right, guys, we got a Lyco again. We're going back to the old days. Get to 120. You get Chris with a pick. I'll throw in a pick because I put myself twice on the recap. So let's do that. Let's continue on here. Let's bring in Brad Francis, you find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, doing great work up there. Be sure to tune in in the new year when the UFC returns to action. He does a show with Mills here on the channel, giving out picks from the UFC. Let's bring in Brad right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you as well. Here we go tonight, NBA 8 Eastern time. Rockets here to host the Mavericks. Mavericks laying 7, total 220.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Mavericks -7 in this one. The Rockets, we all know they're a struggling team, but they're on a 4-game losing streak. They haven't covered in their last 3, and now they got a tough matchup against the Mavs. Luka, he returned back to action in the Mavs last game after missing a couple games, and they ended up beating and covering against the Timberwolves. They looked really good in that game, and earlier this season, these teams actually played where the Rockets actually won that game, but the Mavs were missing Luka in that one. So I think the Mavs come into this one with kind of a revenge mindset. And again, I'm feeling like a double-digit win here. I think it's going to be a pretty ugly one for the Rockets. Luka has been playing very well on the road. He's actually averaging 29.5 points when he has been playing on the road this season. So yeah, I think Luka has a great game, and then I think we see a double-digit win by the Mavs here.
All right, so we got Brad here on the Mavs here, lay the 7 here on the road. Some in an area that the Mavs have had some struggles here, trying to get some traction here on the road. It's not been easy for them. Of course, the Rockets, a team that has just been mired by issues, with their offense and whatnot. But you mentioned Luka, but what about the supporting cast? You have confidence in supporting that they give him some support here, because that's been kind of the thing here in Dallas. It's just they seem it's Luka. Well, what about the other guys?
Yeah, for real. I mean, that guy has the whole team on his shoulders. I mean, at some point, this team's going to need to get their supporting cast going if they want to, make it anywhere when it comes to that playoff time and things like that. So I think this is a good spot for them. I mean, the Rockets, we know they're not, they're a young, growing team, and this is a game where some other guys can get activated and have a big game. So, I got faith in the supporting cast tonight. We'll see, but it is a little worrying.
That's right. I got also the. And don't forget, you're playing the Rockets, who's been a struggling team. We got Brad here on the Mavericks, laid the 7 here against the Rockets. This one starts at 8 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action. Of course, we got the NBA with 14-game card, lots from the NHL. We got a bowl game starting in just a few minutes, as well as some college basketball on the board as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I had a 3-pack up there, but I believe the college basketball game that I had there started early, so I don't think there's anything on the side for it tonight left. But great time to hop on something long-term. Like Ruflo was saying, I mean, this weekend we have a lot of great sports. Been crushing college basketball. I've been really locked in on that. So, this is one of my favorite times of year when it comes to college basketball, these holiday tournaments and things like that. So it's a great time to hop on 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, 2-for-1 Caber special. It's a good option there.
That's right. Get on board here with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs Premium. So great results over the past 7 days, documented over the site. But we talked about that college hoops here. 507 units of profit, also showing profit in the NBA this year. So get on board here with Brad. You may consider that 3-day all sports pass. Here we are on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. This is an NFL weekend coming up, so that'll include all the premium plays here from Brad from the bowl game if he's in action here tomorrow. Also college hoops for Sunday, the NBA as well Sunday, and of course the 11-game card here from the NFL here on Saturday with the 3 on Sunday, and of course all on Sunday you're going to have the NBA up there as well as some college hoops. So good time to get on board with Brad with that 3-day pass. You can use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can also add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Brad, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great evening. May it a great Christmas to you. And we'll talk with you again next week.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good night.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the drive through. Guys, if you miss any picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. We do have a like goal. Check out the chat room. We've got Chris in there. It's now 150. Since I added my pick, we added another 30 likes to that. So it's 130 for the likes. 150 for the likes. And again, being monitored by Chris in the chat room. So hit that like button. I'm going to hit it right now. I could hit it probably 4 times if I went. I've got 4 monitors in front of me, so if we needed, I can do that. But anyway, let's continue on here on the drive-through. Up next, let's go to Jovan Burts. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs. But boy, he has had another stellar year over at the site at Pick Dogs and SCP betting. He's been on fire here with his plays. Let's bring him in right now. Hope you're catching his parlay video of the day every single day here on the channel. So let's get him in right now. Jovan, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How are you?
I'm doing great. All right, here we go tonight to NBA with the Knicks here to host the Bulls. New York here going to be laying 5.5, total 225.
Yeah, and for this one, I'm actually on the Bulls. It's just one of these situations. It's a situational play for me. These teams already played twice, not too long ago. The Knicks won both of those games. One of them was a closer game. It went to overtime. They ended up losing by 8. And the other one, they got boat raced. It was the second half shellacking by the Knicks. And the Knicks, last 3 games and that last 3 meetings between these 3, they seem to have their number. But, the Bulls, they're on a little 2-game winning streak, a little mini winning streak. Both on the road against Miami. Not much to talk about there in Atlanta. Also, not much to talk about. But you've had the Knicks coming off an extended winning streak. They just lost them against Toronto. Pascal Siakam went off and got the W for the Toronto Raptors in that game. And I just think it's just one of those situations where, buy low, sell high. And I'm selling high on the Knicks and I'm buying low on the Bulls. I think that the Bulls are in play for an outright win. They got embarrassed in their home court 2 times in a row against the Knicks. And I think with the help of some defense that the Bulls have been employing lately, I think that they they could get the job done. So, I'll take the points.
All right, we got Jovan here going to take the points here, take the 5.5 here with the Bulls. Yeah, the Bulls have come in back-to-back games here, and they've been shooting the ball well. You look over their past 5 games, hitting 52%, which is better than the Knicks are. I think we're all just kind of waiting for the Knicks just to come back down to earth.
Right. They're the Knicks. So nothing could last too long. Nothing good could last too long for these guys. You know what I mean? And I'm just not sold on the plays they have on the court, quite frankly. You got the likes of R.J. Barrett. He's, some games he plays over his head. Other games he's just a mediocre player as far as I'm concerned. So they in that winning streak they did mesh well. I'll give them that. They went on the road, got some big W's. So you can't take that away from them. But the Bulls are one of the more how can we say this, disappointing teams in the league. They have the talent. Last year they weren't doing this, and they have the same, cast of characters. So I think with the Bulls, as long as they keep on playing, on the defensive end, that's basically the catalyst to any team that's slumping. Once you start playing defense, it starts to turn over because defense turns into offense a lot of times. You know what I mean? So those transitional points. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think if the Bulls play a certain way, they'll be in better standing. And I think tonight is just one of those spots.
Yeah, all right, we got Jovan here on the Bulls, the plus 5.5 against here the Knicks. This one will start at 7:40 Eastern time. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium for tonight's action. Of course, you've been on absolute fire over at that Pick Dogs Premium. We're going to bring the results here. 3,089 units of profit for 2022 is an absolute fantastic performance here for Jovan, showing profit here in college football, NFL, NBA, college basketball, profit in all of those sports right now that are going on. He doesn't handicap hockey, or else hockey would have been there. So, I'm telling you what, Jovan doing great work. What do you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on these books with my Take Flight Friday NBA banger. Just one on playing the association. I also have one in the Gasparilla Bowl, or Gasparilla Bowl, whatever you want, however you want to call it. So there's those two plays. Got one that saw him in action right now, but it's not looking good. Those bumps from Bucknell, you know what I'm saying? So hey, listen, as long as they keep it a striking distance, Rutgers pulls their guys, get the back door could be open. If it gets to plus 30, they don't stand a chance. You know what I'm saying? So, it's at 19. I mean, I got it at 19, 19 and a half or whatever. So it's still, it's still time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not bucked yet, man.
But,
you're not bucked yet.
Hey, right. Not yet, but hey, listen, God, they have some stiffs over there. They have some stiffs as big men over there. Reminds me of a nervous Purvis, one of those guys. But anyway, yeah. But anyway, you can catch me my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly. A lot of people have it. A lot of people been cashing with me, man. So there's that. Also, match me one of the other handicappers for the 2-point cap promotional. Can't go wrong, man. Over here on this side, so it's all here. Pig dogs and
SCP
betting.
Yes, you. We just call it Sports Chat Plays Betting. SCP Betting is the right one.
I'll get it right one of these days.
Oh, man. I've been getting it wrong since it began. I'm finally getting it right now. But I get on board there with Jovan. You see the great results. 3,089 units of profit. Great profit here from Jovan. Also, as we said, I mentioned the sports. He's showing profit. All the major sports right now, college basketball, NBA, NFL, college football, showing profit there. Great profit here. In the NFL, college football combined, over 3,200 units of profit. He's been on absolute fire. So get on board with Jovan. His take flight pickup there from the NBA is up there at credit guaranteed to turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Also in action with the bowl game for tonight as well. Should get started here in just a few minutes, so you better rush to get it. Or again, here we are on a Friday. You can, if you want to try Jovan out here with that 3-day all sports pass, get all of Jovan's premium plays here for 3 days. Remember, we're heading into an NFL weekend. We got 14 games combined here from the NFL here on Saturday and Sunday. Also, the college bowl game, we have the Hawaii Bowl going on as well. Your NBA here Christmas Day, as well as 5 from college basketball scheduled here as well on Christmas Day. So still action up there. That 3-day pass will serve you well. So get on board. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. You can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there, as Jovan has been on absolute fire on the side. All right, Jovan, is always great having a show. Keep up the great work, and we'll talk with you here during the recap.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be here.
You got it. Jovan Burts here on the drive. Speaking of recap, guys, if you missed any of our picks, we'll recap at the end of the show. And, of course, we are looking to get to 150 likes right now to get a free pick here from Chris, a bonus pick here from NFL Prop. And I'll give you another play as well. So let's get to that 150. Chris will update the chat right now where we're at as we are still about halfway point here of the show. As we're going to welcome in, head out to back east and welcome in Brian Bitler. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Let's see if we can bring Brian in right now. Ready to roll with Brian Bitler. Brian, what's happening? Let's see if we can get Brian back again. I know that he's having some issues out there, some high winds. Of course, the weather throughout the East Coast has been kind of brutal. And he's been having some spotty coverage coming in and out. We do have his pick. Hopefully we can get him in here in a second. He's going to try again. And I'll just give you an update on that Rutgers game. 69-34, Rutgers over Bucknell. And it's even looking worse now. 71-34, 7 minutes to go there. Go ahead, Brian.
Oh, my internet's been cutting in and out. So I'll try to get through this pick for you guys before I cut out again. Winds are whipping up here. For me in this game, I'm going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder minus the points here. This Thunder team has been a moneymaker for sports bettors, going 20-12 ATS overall this season and 10-6 ATS at home. New Orleans is the better team when healthy, but they're dealing with injury and COVID issues here on this team. And even in normal circumstances, the Pelicans have not covered 4 straight against this Thunder team. Thunder have also excelled on 1 day's rest, covering 8 of the last 10 in that scenario. Thunder have also stepped up against good teams, 9-3, last 12 versus teams with a 600 win percentage or better. So for me, I'm going to lay the points here with the Oklahoma City Thunder to get it done versus my Pelicans.
All right, Brian here is going to say take the Thunder, lay the 2.5 here against the Pelicans. Yeah, they've been hit a little bit there. These these Pelicans are with Zion with that issues there with health and safety protocols, and of course Ingram has been out for them. Thunder's toe is messed up. Of course, we still have McCollum and Nance here on the watch list here, looking at as a questionable. So we'll see what his status is. But you got Sage Gilgeous-Alexander, who's been fantastic. But I looked at that. And, at first glance, I said, I really like the Thunder. Of course, I got burned with the Spurs the other night, when they missed that by a half point to cover that game. But anyway, I should have known, right? The Spurs are going to be a lottery team. But anyway, we're still looking at McCollum and Nance questionable in this one. But the thing is, you got the minus, and I think we might have lost Brian there on the internet connection there. It's been a tough one. Here we go. Now we're seeing, the thing is, we're seeing a minus next to the OKC. What's your thoughts there?
I cut out there, so I really did miss what all I heard was the minus there. But for me, I think that
we might still be having issues there with Brian Skinner. But we got the pick from Brian. I just wanted to give him a little follow-up questions there, that the fact that he's taken the Thunder in the favorite role, as we've seen them a lot in the dog role. And I know in this spot you got the Pelicans on the back-to-back. Also, as I said, McCollum is another one we got to keep an eye on here as we'll do our injury report update here after Brian's segment. But I think we just happened to lose Brian's connection. But let's take a look over at Pick Dodge from Brian Bitler right now, as he's been doing great work up there. 707 units of profit over the last in the NFL, which has been fantastic work there. Also showing profit for the year, as well as profit here in the NBA, NHL, college football. Again, here we go. The major sports here from Brian, winning money. Also had a winning baseball season, which is hard to do when you have 162 games, and then you also have the playoffs. So really good results there from Brian. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, I apologize for keep cutting out here. The winds are going crazy around here, but pick up my titanium play. I have been losing that lately, but overall, last 132 of my $15 best bet, 82 and 50, 62% winners. So I'm going to get back on track tonight with my NBA titanium play. Also have my college football bowl total of the year up at pickdogs.com, just $30. Make sure you head on over to the website and pick it up. That's
right. Head on the website and get on board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. 707 units of profit in the NFL, winning in all the major sports that are current right now, as we mentioned here. So good time to get on board. That titanium wager is $15 premium here from the NBA. So get on board. It is credit guarantee, meaning it must turn a profit, or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account. Reside credits, that is profit guarantee. Also, a lot of plays up there. High roller plays here from the NHL in action as well. The 3-day pass on a weekend is a great way to go. Remember, there are 14 games this weekend in the NFL. That's part of the 3-day All Sports Pass. All of Brian's NFL premium plays. Action, the bowl game tonight. Also, the bowl game, the Hawaii Bowl, is tomorrow. That's also there. We got the NBA and college basketball on Christmas Day, as well as those 3 games from the NFL. So good time to get Brian's 3-day All Sports Pass. You can use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. All right, Brian. Roger, feeling better. Have yourself a great holiday weekend, and we'll catch up with you again on Monday.
Merry Christmas to all my friends at pickdogs.com, and you have a good weekend, Tony, and I'll catch you on Monday, hopefully fully healthy and with better internet.
Indeed. Brian Bitler here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, reminder, if you miss any picks, we'll do a complete recap here at the end of the show. Here's the status on McCollum. He's listed as questionable. He's coming off a season high, obviously one of his best overall games of the night here. But the Pelicans could be cautious here with the injury in this second night of a back-to-back. That's kind of what it is, maybe cautionary here. So calf injury there, McCollum, still a game-time decision. And matter of fact, now before we get to Rod Zawacky, we'll take a look here at this injury report here for tonight. We know Zion and Ingram are out indeed here for the Oklahoma State Thunder, but there are some key injuries tonight that are still in question here. We can in the Minnesota game, Towns, Prince, McLaughlin now out, Anderson still questionable. We know Gallinari Williams is out for Boston. The rebounder out in this one. In the Toronto game, add Porter now to the out list with Burts and Nachua. Cleveland, well, the guys that have been out all season are still out. Rubio, Wade, and Windler, so they pretty much have their court going for them. For the Milwaukee Nets game, Middleton out. Now Harris out for Brooklyn, but Irving will play in this game. Irving to play tonight on the Bulls and Knicks. Toppin is the only one out tonight. On the Bulls side, Ball, Caruso, Jones. Now Green is doubtful. And let's take a look here at the Dallas and Houston game. Gordon Tate. Now, Gordon's a big one for Houston. He's out on the Dallas side. We got Green, Hardy, Kleber, Walker. A lot of the role players. Finney Smith, Tilakina. He's questionable. So that's the Mavericks Houston game. The Pacer game is a big one here. We got a couple news breaking ones here we got to keep an eye on. We know Yurtsevens out from Miami, kind of a role player. He's been out all season. So they're pretty healthy this Heat. Probably as healthy as they've been for a long time. On the Indiana side, Brown and Thies out. But here are the two that are big question. Two starters still on the questionable list. Halliburton and Nesmith. So this game starts top of the hour. So keep an eye on those two because these are two key injuries on Indiana still up in the air there. The Pelican game, couple of injuries as we mentioned. McCollum and Nance are questionable. We know Ingram, Liddell, and Williamson out of this one. The Portland game, Little, Payne, Winslow out. Nurkic, Lillard, Hart, probable. So those are your probables there. On the Denver side, we know Gillespie's missed all season. Murray is a questionable one there for the Denver Nuggets. Memphis, Phoenix. We know Green is out. Green out here for Memphis. Of course, Desmond Bane is the big news here. He is likely to play. How much he'll play, how effective he'll play, that's still up in the air. Phoenix, Booker, Crowder, Johnson, Payne are out. Okiji and Landale still questionable. On the Washington-Sacramento game, they're pretty much healthy. Other than Holmes, Holmes is going to probable. They're pretty clean there as they've been most of the season. On the Washington side, the big guy, Avija, he's game time decision. Porzingis, game time decisions. Those are your two questionables there. Charlotte and the Lakers. We know Davis. He just announced Davis will be out for an extended period of time. That news came over today. Toscano Anderson is also out. Reeves is questionable. Remember, Reeves limped off the court a few games ago. And, of course, Westbrook and James, probable. On the Charlotte side, Martin out, Rozier questionable, so is Smith. So there were some big names there. So there's your injury report. It's a big one tonight on that 14-game card. Keep an eye on that Indiana game. Those are two key players still questionable on the Pacers side. Let's continue on here on the drive-through. Next up, let's go ahead and bring in Rod Zawacky. If I'm over at Pick Dogs, catch him every day, 10 a.m. Eastern time with that morning show with Mitch and, of course, with Chris Ruffalo. So we'll bring him in right now. Remember, guys, we got to get that like goal in as well. We'll get Rod here in just a second. Kind of went too far there. It might have done that. Let's see here. Here we go, Rod Zawacky. Rod, what's happening?
Yeah, not too much, Tony. Just trying to get that like goal up. Come on.
Let's get the Lycos, guys. We got some great stuff for you. Let's keep them up. Chris will give us the update here in the chat with the Lycos. We got to get to 150, so keep those likes coming in. All right, we're going into one of the games of the night tonight. NHL Devils here to host the Bruins. Bruins minus 125, total of 6.
Yeah, we'll look at this one. The starting goalie for Boston tonight is the reason why the season. Definitely the leading contender to win the Vezina Trophy this season is Linus Ullmark in goal for this Boston Bruins. He's an 18-1 in the season with a 1.89 goals against, 937 save percentage. He's the reason this Boston team's been playing lights out hockey. And you look at the other side, Blackwood's going to make his back-to-back start as New Jersey Devils definitely not after their hot start, definitely on the slide. 1-6 their last 7 since their hot start to the season, and that's because Vanecek has been definitely the sieve in goal. Their number one goalie not looking so good. So they're trying to rely on Blackwood here to be the savior. And I don't know if he's going to be the savior against this Boston Bruins team. You look at the Devils, 1-6 the last 7, as I said, after their crazy start. And this Boston Bruins team coming in and looking to snag themselves a win. They've dominated these Devils. 13-3 the last 16 versus teams with winning records as this Boston team. And you'll look head-to-head, 32-12 the last 44 versus the Devils. 7-3 the last 10 trips into New Jersey. The 3 meetings last season, Boston outscored them 18-6. With Ullmark in net, New Jersey's going to have a really tough time struggling to score in this one. I think Boston's got this one all wrapped up 4-1, 5-1. I think they dominate the Devils in this one and easily take the Bruins on the puck line. Let's get it almost 2-1 in our money as the Bruins dominate the Devils tonight in this one.
I got Rod here on the Bruins puck line. Lay the puck in half. Get the plus 215 in your pocket here against the Devils. Why not, right? When you look at Linus Ullmark and his against the spread, against the puck line, 16-4.
Right? 16-4 against that puck line has been Linus Ullmark. He's been lights out. Definitely leading the Vezina category so far this season. Can't go against him. You look at these Devils. Also, last 4 at home. 0-4 of those last 4 at home. Home has not been home cooking for the Devils. As I've said in many videos with Chris, I think the Devils are on a slide. Keep buying in on the Bruins. They're for real.
Yeah, when you look at the Devils, three of their past 4 losses have been by 2 goals or greater. Bruins puck line minus 1.5 goals, plus 215 against the Devils. This one will have a start time 7 p.m. Eastern time. All right, Rod, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs for tonight's action here. 14 games here on the NBA. Big hockey card as well. College football bowl game has started already, so we're looking at a big NFL weekend as well. What do you have going over at Pick Dogs Premium?
And for me over at Pick Dogs Premium, definitely got a big weekend of action ahead. And what I got left on the board, I've got my 3-pack in the NHL. I've got my NHL birdcage going, and I got a 3-pack in the NBA. Got my NBA birdcage going there. So jump on board one of those, or now's the time to grab something long term and get everything I got going tonight. It's Saturday's action, Sunday's action. You know, I'll get the Monday Night Football in there early on Sunday for it. So it's almost like getting 4 days for the price of 3 on that 3-day pass. Or even better yet, grab the rest of the year pass, where you get everything I got going from now till the to January 1st of next year. I got you covered. Better than buying a week pass. Merry Christmas to you guys. We appreciate everybody. And hey, smash that thumbs up. Get some more free plays from Rupolo, and even double Tony T plays going. It's
That's
like
right.
Tony T and Tony T.
I'm going to keep you up late tonight. I'm going to keep you very late tonight if you put in that like goal. So get on board here with Rod Zawacky. You see the great results in college football. You can try him out with that 3-day All Sports Pass. Get the weekend action there. You get all of his NFL here. Remember, we got 14 games here, Saturday, Sunday, NFL. Big 11-game card here for Saturday. We got NBA there for Christmas Day. We got 5 college basketball games here. We got this Diamond Head Classic. And then, of course, we got the DePaul Creighton game going off there on Christmas Day. So still a lot of action there. Of course, we do have the Hawaii Bowl tomorrow mixed in. So 12 football games tomorrow. So a lot's going on over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board here with Rod Zawacky and use our promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. And by the way, for about $51 more, why not just get the rest of the year pass, right, to the 31st and get the remainder of the bowl weeks? Of course, the 27th will be a big day. That's when we have everything back to high volume NBA, NHL, college basketball, bowl games, and then we get closer to the New Year's bowl games. You know, you get that rest of the year to the 31st. We'll get you some playoffs in there as well. Good time to get the rest of the year pass. Good price, $150. And of course, use the promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save 15% off right now with Rod Zawacky. All right, Rod, as always, great having your show. We're going to catch you in the mornings. Of course, I know you're every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time. I love these weekend shows because we got football this weekend. And, of course, your Puck Dogs with Chris with those videos.
Yeah, definitely tune in the morning show. Always a good time. Tune in tomorrow. I'm not sure who's going to be around tomorrow, being the holidays, but I'll definitely be around tomorrow morning. I'm sure Rufus will be around tomorrow morning. So will Mitch. So definitely tune in. I'm sure Jovan will check in and definitely join us. We definitely a full cast. Ninos will probably be in there too. Definitely a full cast of everybody jumping in there. So definitely tune in. And also hockey tonight's the last night before we get a little bit of a break till the 27th. As you were saying, hockey's back on the 27th. So definitely like, subscribe. That way you get notifications when you get more content from me, Chris doing the Puck Dogs, Jovan with his parlay video, Ron doing his bank shot breakdown, and even you got the jam session with Jay going on. So definitely subscribe, get notifications when you get more content, free plays for you. We love getting you guys winners, and why not get some more winners? Smash that like button. Let's get that like button. Let's get that like goal for Christmas for you guys, so we can get some more free winners for Christmas.
Yeah, we need 36 more likes. Just hit the like button. You'll get a play from me. You'll get a play from Chris. So hit that like button, and of course, Rod. Oh, how's the grading? How's the contest going? We're hitting into the 31st when we conclude it.
Yeah, definitely. That thing's heating up. We definitely, there's quite the race at the top. From when it was last time, it's still just as hot. We've got even more people up, over 1,000 units. We're racing the top of the page. This is going to be quite the race down the stretch. It's too close. I can't even say that there's somebody pulling away. There isn't anybody pulling away. From first to 10th, it's tight. Day to day, it's gonna be crazy. I think this is the closest one I've seen so far in 3 years since I've been grading this contest. So I'm excited. It's gonna be good down the stretch.
Very good. All right, Rod, have yourself a great holiday, Merry Christmas, and we'll talk with you again next week.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everybody. And definitely remember to hit that like button. Chris has some good goodies for you.
Yes, Chris has got some pretty good plays there. He shows. I'm seeing a plus 780, so that looks good. So make sure you guys hit that.
Definitely,
nice.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
Take care, Tony. All the best to you. Happy holidays. We'll see everybody else tomorrow morning.
That's right. We'll see you in the morning. We'll see. We'll check them out over on this morning show with Rod, Mitch, and of course Chris, and a lot of the people you see here on the drive-through also major contributors to those weekend shows. So tune in. All right, guys. If you missed any of our picks, we'll recap them here at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. We're trying to get to our like goal of 150, and we're 36 shy. And then with that, you'll get a prop play from the NFL from Chris. You'll get a bonus play from me as well. So let's continue on here on the drive-through. Now it is time for my pick. So let me get my game card up for you tonight here as we'll bring up the game between Pepperdine and George Washington. We're going back to Hawaii here with the Hawaii tournament here tonight, 10 Eastern time. Pepperdine laying 3, total 151. I'm going to be on the underdog, George Washington, in this game. I'm not a believer here in Pepperdine. George Washington here at plus the 3 points. George Washington, they got the win against Washington State in the opener. And again, they were dogs in this game. And a good team that shoots inside. They make their free throws. They defend the 3-point line. And, Pepperdine, they're just a 500 team. They're 6-6. And by the way, after that loss last night, this is a team here. Actually, they lost that one there to Washington State, but they played them tough there, 66-64, but they covered that game. They lose to Hawaii to open the tournament. They have now lost 4 straight against D1 schools. And this is a team that's very weak on the glass on both ends of the court. They shoot only 48% inside. They sit 316th in D1 experience. And George Washington is an experienced team with good continuity. The Colonials have shot the ball very well away from home. And again, George Washington played Washington State tough as a big underdog last night in that tournament, losing there in overtime. But we're going to go here with the George Washington here at plus the 3 against Washington State. All right, guys, check out Pick Dog Stream tonight. I've got I have a 3-pack up there here. I take my 3 best bets from the NBA, put them together in a 3-pack. So get on board with me over at Pick Dogs with that 3-pack NBA. Also part of the long-term passes, 2-for-1 capper promotion with my 3, 7, 30-day all sports pass. You get all of my premium plays for that period of time. You select when you go to my handicapper page and you make that purchase. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off that long-term pass right now over at Pick Dogs Premium. All right, before we get to the recap, we got Jovan waiting here. Let's see if we can hit the old refresh and give you some updates on just on the players that are in question, right? We want to look at that Indiana-Miami game because there's two key injuries in this game involving rotational starting players here from the Indiana Pacers in Tyrese Halliburton here and Naren. Let's see what we can do here to update this game here. We're looking at Nemard and Halliburton and Nesmith. Okay, still questionable here with Halliburton and Nesmith. So no update yet for this game that begins at 8 each time. So keep an eye on that one. These are 2 key contributors here on that game. Let's see if we can update here yet. Still the same status here with McCollum and Nance still on the questionable side on that one. So still Porzingis questionable. So there we go. That updates you there on the injury report here from the NBA. Keep an eye on those on that, because especially on that Miami-Indiana game, because those are 2 key injuries on the Indiana side involving his scorers there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Chris will give us the update here. I think at last check we were just 22 more likes away. So let's get there to 20. Let's get the likes. Let's get those likes coming in. We need 20 more, and then we get the bonus plays. So let's get there. All right, let's continue on here. It's time to recap it. Jovan joins me here for the recap. All right, Jovan. Well, the Buck now couldn't get you. You got Buck there, buddy. Get you out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. They got there's some bumps. I'll be looking to fade them the stats didn't add up. Even with with these teams, strength of schedule is big, but the numbers just look too appealing to me. You know what I'm saying? And I like
I'm with
fading
you.
Rutgers.
Yeah.
So with that said, I'll be looking to fade them in conference.
Yeah, they're not living in that name, Bucknell. People expect a better showing than that. And for those Rick Pitino fans, Iona got the win and the cover. They got the cover. They didn't blow the lead like they looked like they wanted to blow it a little bit in that first when the game. They got a big lead. They blew it. And they came back and pulled away in the last 10 minutes. So Rick Pitino avoids that 7-8 game. You don't want to go home from Hawaii on 0-3. You don't want to be that team. You don't want to be that team that goes 0-3. So now if he wins again, it's a 2-2 trip because he lost to New Mexico before the start of this game. They will play again on Sunday. That tournament from Hawaii, 4 of those games will be on the air in addition to Creighton and DePaul. Creighton's got their big man back, so keep an eye on Creighton in that game. I don't know what the line is yet, but Creighton looks like they're getting back to full strength. But anyway, it's time for the recap. With Ninos says Pistons +9 against the Hawks. Chris is on Utah State, laid the 12 against SMU. Brad was on the Mavericks, laying 7 here against the Rockets. Jovan the Bulls +5.5 against the Knicks. Brian likes the Thunder, lay the 2.5 against the Pelicans. Rod Bruins, the puck line, lay the puck and a half +215 against the Devils. I'll be on George Washington +3 against Pepperdine. And Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
You know what? It's not going to be a surprise to me because I take all action. But I'm gonna go with the Bruins on -1.5 at +2 215. I like that one.
Yeah, I like that one, especially when the goalie's 16-4 to the puck line, to the spread. That's pretty good. And the Devils have been struggling, been slumping out there. And I'm going to go ahead and go with Jovan's play. I like the Bulls here +5.5 here against the Knicks. The Bulls are shooting the ball well. 52% from the field here over the past 5 games. I was at the gym, and they had to, at the gym they're going to have the Laker channel on, right? So I'm in the gym here, and they had the volume up, and I don't know where they got this, but apparently Zach LaVine wants to go to LA. I guess that's out there.
Yeah, I mean, high flyer. He might look good in the purple and gold. Who knows? Lord knows they need some youth over there. Because they got a bunch of 30-plus-year-olds, man, a little bit over the hill. And the one guy, the superstar the so-called superstar they have, Anthony Davis, 25, 26 years old. He's looking like a broken down player most years nowadays. So
now it's the hip. Now it's the hip.
Yeah. The foot, the hip, the back. So and he's only in his mid-20s.
Oh,
it doesn't get good. It doesn't get better from there. I'll tell you that much.
Man, oh mine. The Pelicans are smiling, man, with their picks, and they're looking pretty good. We can't complain. Okay, I'm going to go back to the 7 screen. I'm going to keep Jovan on the line. We're going to bring in the 7 screen here. Whoever's still on. I know Chris is keeping an eye on that light goal, right? Because we're trying to get to that goal. Where do we sit, Chris? Got you on mute there. You still got you on mute.
But here we go. Sorry. Got 135 right now, so we need 15 more.
We need 15 more.
Sorry, 138. Sorry, I stand corrected.
All right, we need to get the work done here. We have some work done here. What do they get, Chris, if we get to that 150? Just to remind everybody for a 100th time.
Yeah, because I haven't been typing enough of it in the chat on the live stream. But so if we can get 6 more likes. I got an NFL prop for tomorrow's action. Right now, I just priced it out again. It's around +770, +780, if you do, depending on what book you're at. But and I know, Tony, I think you said you had a play in there as well if we hit the light goal.
Yeah, I have a play in there for everybody if we get to that. If we get to the light goal, and the clock is running, here, guys. So let's get to that light goal, and we will get you there. And of course, Chris, I forgot to mention when I let you off that tomorrow. There are shows definitely on the morning with Mitch and Rod and Chris. Of course, a lot of the Pick Dog guys are there, like Jovan and El Ninos and some of the guys, Big Al, are on there because you guys will cover all the NFL on the weekends.
Yeah, it's we always do those loaded weekend shows. It's gonna feel a little bit weird tomorrow with only pretty much only the NFL and the one college football game, but still we got tons of great cappers that come on to those morning shows on the weekend, and you get great variety. It's one of the true, one of a kind shows that's on any sports YouTube channel anywhere. So.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, guys. Check it out. As Mitch does a rundown there from all the sports, so make sure you tune in and like and subscribe and set those notifications because you want to be live with them to get the numbers in real time, the best numbers there with that morning show every day. Of course, the weekend is at 10 a.m. Eastern time with Mitch and company there. Of course, the Puck Dogs with Rod was part of that crew as well, so make sure you tune in. All right, Chris, where do we sit now here with this like goal? We got three.
We need three more. We need three more likes. Got 159 people watching, and for some people in here, I've seen thumbs up go away. So people are taking likes off. So what?
Oh my goodness! No, they are doing that. That is insane. That is insane.
We need one more.
We need one more.
There we go.
We got it. We got to it. All right, let's get it started here. Let me go back here and get. We'll go to Chris here with his NFL prop. Then we'll go back to me here. So let me go ahead and use the get to the board here. And we're going to give Chris the full screen treatment. Here you go, Chris.
Oh God, yeah. Zoom in on my mug. Anyways, for my player prop tomorrow, it's going to be a bit of a same game parlay, but still, you can play these individually if you want. I'm gonna go that Titans Texans game, and I'm gonna take Derrick Henry to have 150 plus rushing yards and 2+ touchdowns in the game at plus 770. I've got it here at plus 771. The fact of the matter is that the Tennessee Titans obviously missing Ryan Tannehill, so you're going to see a heavy dose of Derrick Henry to begin with. But Derrick Henry has absolutely owned the Houston Texans. The last 4 games he's played against them, he's rushed for at least 200 yards and 2 touchdowns in each of them, including the first meeting this season where he ran for 219 yards and 2 touchdowns on almost 7 yards per carry. I would have pushed this to 200 yards if I could have, but 150 is all they're giving me here, but I still love it. I'm going to take Derrick Henry, 150 plus rushing yards and 2+ touchdowns. Even if you play them individually, the 150 plus rushing yards is sitting at plus 280 and the 2+ touchdowns at plus 330. I think you can't go wrong.
Can't go wrong there. Of course, Chris there with the play. We appreciate that. So let me go back to my screen here as we'll get to my play here as we are going to, let me get back here 1 second here. We get the crew back here. Let's go to my play. And all right, let's hit it here. We're going to be looking here. I was going to be cruel and go look at that Washington State Hawaii, but I realized it started at 12:30 a.m. Eastern time, and I can't do that to you guys. I really can't. I'm gonna go ahead and take. Anyway, I will do it too. I'm gonna give you another play. It's Christmas. If for those of you out on the West Coast, this is for you. I'm gonna be in this game with Washington State and Hawaii. I'm gonna be on the Hawaii here, lay the 3 in this one. I'm gonna go with the Cougars who've lost all 3 of their 2 road games. Giving up 49%. This will be on Hawaii's home court. They're only making 40% in true road games. I like Hawaii's form. That is for our West Coast friends. And for everybody else, I won't keep you up. You don't have to stay up too late. This is a West Coast game, but you won't have to be up that late. It's the Lakers and the Charlotte Hornets. I will be taking Charlotte here plus the 3. Okay, Davis has been out, right? They've lost 4 of 5 without Davis in the lineup. And the lone win came by just 2 points, just 2 against the Wizards, right? So without Davis in the lineup, the Lakers have given up 138, 126, 117, 130, and 134 points. That's with Davis out of the lineup. Ball is back in here. I know Rozier's in question, but Ball is back in here. You got Plumlee. And again, I think this Laker team, not with Davis out of the lineup, just the way they've looked without Davis, dropping those games and only beating Washington Wizards by 2. No. Give me the 3 here with this Charlotte team, who has shown a little bit of improvement here with Ball back in the lineup of late. All right, that's going to do it here for this edition of the Drive-Thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again here tomorrow here Monday, back here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers in here from Pig Dogs and SCP Betting. We'll give out the plays for you there in the prime time hour. Don't forget, it always gets started this weekend, 10 a.m. Eastern time. You got the morning show. You got Rod, you got Chris, you got Mitch there. Of course, a lot of the drive-through cappers will be on that show, giving out free picks for Saturday, Sunday show. So tune in. A lot of video series here at Pick Dogs. Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes, his betting tool show. The Puck Dogs, the videos from hockey with Chris and Rod. Don't forget Jovan's parlay video, Jay's Jam session, every game on the board, NBA with picks. Ron Romanelli with his bank shot plays from college basketball. And a lot more here on the channel. So make sure you guys tune in, like, and subscribe, and then set those notifications. be live with us to get the plays in real time and to get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for our show. Let's go ahead and bring in our crew. Tonight's show, I know from the drive, we'll make sure everyone has a Merry Christmas. Of course, the Puck Dog Crews, Chris and Rod will be on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, so make sure you tune in to them at 10 a.m. Eastern Time.